Hello, my name is Tom Beal and I am a business coach. And today I want to do a brief training to help you recognize the power of a brand new sensation called ChatGPT. And so what I'm going to do is share my screen here. Let me see how I can do this. Share my screen. There we go. And you're now looking at ChatGPT, and it just zoomed in. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to jump to my screen and scroll to the top. So in my chapter, which we meet weekly on Wednesday morning, 7 to 8:30 a.m., you can go and join me if you're in the South Florida area, tombeal.com/BNI. Would love to have you as a guest. Just to give you an idea, I've been involved with BNI in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and recently re-entered it to join this chapter when the business coach slot opened up, because I had gone as a guest a couple years prior and was just amazed at how incredible this chapter is. To give you an idea, our rolling average, actually the rolling balance of the last 12 months for our chapter is around $4 million, right, in 12 months. That's referred business to the members, and there's roughly 50 other business owners and sales associates of a wide variety of niches and industries that all meet on a Wednesday morning. So at this particular BNI, in the previous ones, I had 60 seconds to give my commercial. And I did it way back when I was a copier consultant back in the late 90s. I did it when I was in advertising sales back in the early 2000s. And now as a business coach at this chapter, we have 45 seconds due to the large group that we have. So just to give you an example, go to chat.openai.com. It's free at this particular juncture. You will notice that it's so popular that it is down sometimes. So you have to check back at non-optimal hours. Like it's around 7 p.m. Eastern as I'm recording this, and it was available. So you'll notice sometimes during the busy 9 to 5, it will tell you that it's unable to allow you to access it. But when it's available, it's super powerful. So you can see at the beginning, I wrote, write me a 45-second BNI commercial starting and ending with, my name is Tom Beal, this chapter's business coach. I help my clients double their profits in half their time. Have the commercial focus on the quote, you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with most. Plus, prior to the ending close statement, say a good referral for me this week is a successful business owner who knows it's their time to level up and grow their business. It gave something, and you can pretty much trust if you ask it to give you 45 seconds or 60 seconds, whatever that time frame is, it's going to be pretty darn accurate. You'll notice that. If you read it and time it, you'll notice that it's going to be pretty darn accurate. But then you can continue by changing it. So I went again and said, starting with, I did it less specific. Starting with, my name is Tom Beal, this chapter's business coach. I help my clients double their profits in half their time. Have the commercial focus on new year, new you. It gave its feedback, but then I said less about BNI and more about my being a business coach, because that feedback that it gave was more focused on BNI. And just by me continuing the conversation, I didn't have to rewrite that. Notice how I just said less about BNI and more about me being a business coach, and it rewrote it with that. And then I gave another example of what is a good outline for a 10-minute presentation to my BNI chapter as a business coach. Here is a possible outline for the 10-minute presentation to your BNI chapter as a business coach. Introduction, identifying areas of improvement, developing strategies, success stories, Q&A, call to action, closing statement. And then I went into another topic of interest besides my current memory hook, which is I help my clients double their profits in half their time. What are 5 new memory hooks that are catchy or funny for business coaches? You see how you can add in specificity, and I can say make it funnier or make it more serious below, or just click regenerate response and it would spit out 5 more. So it gave me 5 examples because I asked for 5. You could ask for 10, you could ask for 15, 20, etc. I help my clients turn their business as usual into business unusual. Pretty catchy and funny. I take businesses from just getting by to thriving. Pretty cool. I help entrepreneurs turn their side hustle into their main hustle. It's a good one. I help businesses go from barely making it to making it rain. That's pretty cool. I'll help you turn your business hobby into a business reality. And those are just some examples. And then you can obviously go into, write an email to someone who reached out about my coaching and sending them for the first step to complete my success intake form at tombeal.com/success. So there we go. Write an email to someone who reached out. So here we go. Subject: Next steps for business coaching with Tom Beal. Dear name, thank you for reaching out to me about business coaching. I'm excited to work with you to help you achieve your business goals and double your profits in half the time. The first step in our coaching process is for you to complete my success intake form. This form will give me a better understanding of your current business situation and your specific goals for growth. Please visit tombeal.com/success to access the form. Once you've completed it, please send it back to me at your earliest convenience. After I've reviewed your form, we'll schedule a call to discuss your results and how we can work together to achieve your business goals. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. I look forward to working with you and helping you take your business to the next level. Pretty darn cool, right? I mean, that's pretty darn good. Now, the interesting part about this is just like, I like to use this analogy. Think of Open AI's ChatGPT as Hallmark greeting cards. Think way back before Hallmark greeting cards used to have blank cards. And you'd have to think from a blank card of what you wanted to write to that recipient on their birthday, on their wedding, on their anniversary, on insert special occasion. Then Hallmark came out and had hired copywriters to come up with messages related to all those different events that you can go to the Hallmark section, and they're broken apart by section: birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, graduation, on and on and on. You pick which special event it is for the person, and you go to that section, and you can see pre-written by copywriters, pre-written content, which has, in this case, an email subject line. Well, it has the front cover of the card, and then you open the cover, and it's got the innards of the card, right? So prior to Hallmark, people had to take blank cards and write their own messages for those special occasions. So Hallmark took it a step further, said, hey, let's make it easier for people. We'll create the cards. We'll hire the best copywriters. We'll get the best catchy headlines, the best catchy front cover of the card, and we'll have the catchy innards that people can choose from a various selection of what they feel is appropriate for that particular person for that particular event. So let me ask you this. Does that feel like cheating, or does that feel actually smart to go get a pre-written card for the event that you're getting to the person you want to give the card to? That's just smart nowadays, right? It's kind of a waste of time to go get a blank card and have to think, geez, I got a blank card now. What's something I could write on the front that's going to be catchy and pertinent to this person, right? So you realize it's not cheating to go get a pre-written Hallmark card. So this isn't cheating either. This takes it from a blank email to you giving prompts. If you give good prompts, it's going to give you good output. Good information in, good information out. If you give it crappy prompts, it's going to give you crappy output. But either way, even with crappy output, you can continually fine-tune it and iterate it with more precise improvements. I could go into some details here, but you already saw like how you can just continue the chat and say, make it funnier, make it more serious, make it have a stronger call to action, all sorts of different prompts. And you can even say, in the voice of insert famous person, right? In the voice of Yoda. Like, watch this. Same email, in the voice of Yoda. Watch this. Just to give you an idea. Any famous person, real, not Yada, Yoda. Watch. This is just a test. I've never done that, but that's just one example. So it's now thinking about how to take that same email, steps next for business coaching with Tom Beal. Instead of next steps, like it's talking to Yoda. Reach out to me. You did about business coaching. Excited I am to work with you and help achieve your business goals. Doubling your profits in half the time. First step, the success intake form is. So that's in the voice of Yoda. So how smart is this? So that was just one wild and crazy example of literally your imagination is the only limits as to what this can do for you. Two, as a BNI member, to create your 45 to 60 second commercial, to create an email that needs to go out to another member or a visitor, or an email to a prospect that you were just introduced to, or an advertising, a social media ad, or a Google ad, or use your imagination. What are things that you would normally hire expertise for? Who's a copywriter, who's a marketer, who's a strategist that you would normally hire? And what would be the prompts that you would tell them? Say, here's the vision that I have. Here's who I'm looking to receive this. Here's the idea that I have. And instead of giving it to someone who's pretty good at it, you can give it the prompts here to ChatGPT, and you'll see, just like we've witnessed here, that it can literally, your wish is its command, right? You just tell it what to do and it will do it. So this is brand new. It's super powerful. And I use this one specific example for people who are in BNI, Business Network International. I had the unique privilege to meet and consult with Dr. Ivan Meisner, who's the founder of BNI ages ago, with me and Mike Filsaime. We had dinner with him in San Diego, I think in 2006. And that was going way back to early internet marketing days. And a lot of the things we discussed as amazing possibilities have been implemented. So it's incredible to see what's went from the paper referrals and the tracking and all that to now being on an app. Like, so it's advanced tremendously. But now this is the step to take you from looking at blank cards to the Hallmark cards that are pre-written. And that's what ChatGPT can help you go from a blank email to a written email that you can modify, right? And I'll throw this in there just to give you an idea that it is not connected to the internet. So it's you can go study more. I'm not going to get into the internal depth of what ChatGPT is, but it's not connected to the internet. It's an AI platform that was information from about 2 years ago that it's up to date on. So famous people and all that fun stuff you can use in the voice of insert famous person, and it will rewrite that email in that voice. You can tell it to make it funny, tell it to make it more serious, have a stronger call to action. You could click regenerate response. It would give you another attempt at the last command that you gave it. And there's really no limitations other than if you're asking for specific stuff about history and things of that nature. Don't take everything that it tells you as gospel and as real. Like, it's not impervious to being wrong. Like, just know that. So it's up to you to not just take it and copy it and paste it. It's up to you to look at it and then say, let me check that stat. If you asked for specific statistics and things, let me go check and see if that's legit, right? So the AI technology is great for, I guess if you use that Hallmark analogy, from taking blank advertising to creating a test piece of advertising that you can then look at, modify, iterate accordingly. But when there's data that it spits out, be sure to do the follow-up to verify and check that. That's just because it's not 100% accurate in all of that. So it's kind of amazingly powerful, yet incredibly stupid in some ways, right? So don't trust everything that you get back from it when you're getting into detail. So for instance, if I asked it about me, it's going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff that sounds super impressive. Some of it's real, some of it's totally false, and some of it's just made up, right? And it may be obviously I'm not the only Tom Beal in the world, and it doesn't do a Google search, but unless someone's super famous, and even for super famous people, if you asked it, tell me about Dan Kennedy, the marketer. Powerful marketer. Dan Kennedy is a well-known marketer and business strategist. He's an author, speaker, and consultant who's helped many businesses and entrepreneurs reach blah, 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 blah. True. Okay, perfect. Author of numerous books. The Ultimate Sales Art, No BS Marketing. So, okay, cool. So someone like that who's well-known, generally you're going to get a more concise, precise account. And yes, that stuff looks pretty legit. But for instance, for me, it names some books that I never wrote, right? And some other people that aren't as well known and established as big names like Tony Robbins, Dan Kennedy, things of that nature. Even for those, you'd want to check and verify to make sure that's accurate. But for people that are B, C, D, E level, not the A level experts, it's going to get a wider, not so correct response. And you can test it out for yourself just to see, like, tell me about, and insert your name and watch how it's like, well, shit, it sounds impressive, but it's not true, right? It's like, it just comes up with stuff. So, I'll just check it out. Who is Tom Beal business consultant and inspirational speaker? And let's see what it comes up with. Oh, wow. Okay, so it had information from me. Okay, cool. Who is Tom Beal speaker? Okay, perfect, good. So that's better than what it was. When I did this a while back, so it must be getting different, because it was spitting out some stuff that was like, wait a second, that's impressive, but that's not me. So, and who knows, maybe I asked some other different questions and whatnot. So test it out for yourself, and you'll notice it will give stuff that you'd want to verify, right? And if you're asking it for specific facts, historical facts, and things of that nature, be sure to check it out. But as we just showed you for BNI, go play around with it as to how it can help you come up with ideas for your 45-second, 60-second commercial. And then you can guide it with, making it more clear on what the message is you're wanting to refine. And then obviously you can take any of that, copy it, put it in an editing format, and you modify it accordingly from what it gives you, kind of like a Hallmark card. And then you can go into depth of a 10-minute presentation outline for you, and I could even go into specifics for each of those if I wanted to. And you could go into your memory hook, you could go into write an ad. What is a USP? I don't know, I'm not going to assume a unique selling proposition for a home security consultant in South Florida. One possible unique selling proposition: protecting your home and family in the face of South Florida's unique climate and weather challenges. The USP highlights the consultant's understanding of the specific issues that homeowners in South Florida face, such as hurricanes and flooding. We provide customized home security solutions that take into account South Florida's high crime rate. There you go. See, one simple question gives you some details, and you can fine tune that. What would be a good Facebook ad for? And I'll just use a pressure washing company in South Florida. Sample Facebook ad for a pressure washing company in South Florida. Say goodbye to dirty, mildew-covered surfaces with our professional pressure washing services. Our team has the expertise and equipment to tackle any surface, from driveways and sidewalks to decks and roofs. We are located in South Florida and know how to handle the tough weather conditions here. Don't let grime and mildew ruin the look of your property. Call us today to schedule your appointment. Pressure washing, hashtag pressure washing, hashtag South Florida, hashtag clean property. And then it goes into describing. This ad highlights the services offered by the pressure washing company, emphasizing the importance of cleanliness and curb appeal of property owners in South Florida. Another version could be upgrade the look of your property with our professional pressure washing services. Your property will be in good hands. Our team has the experience and equipment to tackle any surface, from driveways to sidewalks to decks and roofs. We're located in South Florida and know how to handle the tough weather conditions here. Don't let grime and mildew ruin the look of your property. Call us today to schedule your appointment. Hashtag pressure washing, hashtag South Florida, hashtag clean property. And as you can see, that's a real quick example from one simple prompt. And obviously insert and replace your particular industry and your particular location. Voila. This saves you as a business owner, you as a marketer, you as someone who's looking to generate new business, huge amounts of time going from a blank page and just taking that one simple statement. What would be a good Facebook ad for? And that turned into 2 examples. And then you could regenerate a response, or you could ask for 5 more and continue on. And this is all currently free. Chat.openai.com. That will bring you to the ChatGPT. I personally just sign in with my Google account, and it accesses this free, powerful tool. So the only limits is your imagination. So take this information, use it to improve your commercials, improve your 10-minute presentations, improve your advertising, improve your email communications, and think of it and continue. And as far as I know, I came up with that, but the way that I could best describe it was Hallmark cards. Before Hallmark cards, you had blank cards. Now this takes you from a blank, what would be a good Facebook ad, to boom, there you go. Simple request, 2 examples. You can fine tune. You could continue. What would be a great you could go Yellow Page ad. You could go to a Twitter ad. You could go to a link. You could get specific with where you want the ad to go. You could get in specific definition of who you're looking to target. Literally, your imagination is the only limitation. Super powerful. I wanted you to be aware of this. And I'd love to hear your feedback when you play around with it. And then there's a whole bunch of prompts out there. And you'd want to create like an Evernote file or some type of text file of your prompts. So for instance, for a 45-second commercial, I would take my prompt here, write me a 45-second BNI commercial starting with that, and then have the commercial focus on. I would just change that on a weekly basis to what I want my commercial to focus on. So that would be a prompt I would copy and paste in Evernote, or that's personally what I use. Whatever you use to save your important information, save it under ChatGPT prompts, and you'll have prompts that you'll refine to get quality Facebook ads, quality Google ads, quality wherever you advertise. Oh, and by the way, you can have it write scripts. Write me a video script describing the clarity that comes from taking my success intake and telling them they can go by next Friday and take it for free at tombeal.com/success. Right? I could have given a script, a time limit, or anything like that, but as you can see, opening shot, a person working at a desk looking stressed and overwhelmed. Narrator, are you feeling overwhelmed and unsure how to take your business to the next level? Cut to a shot of a person on a phone call looking frustrated. Narrator, are you constantly chasing new clients but never feeling like you're getting ahead? Cut to a shot of the person at the desk closing their laptop looking defeated. Narrator, it's time to gain clarity on your business goals and create a roadmap for success. Opening shot of Tom Beal, business coach. Oh, load failed. So you saw it was going, and we were in process, and it was pretty damn cool. But every once in a while, due to overwhelm of the system, sometimes you'll get some errors. But you saw the power of what it was producing on the spot, and it's pretty darn cool. So literally, your mind is the only limitation as to what this can do for you. So now that you know this, expand your mind and go play with this. Go explore and create. I would say the call to action is go to chat.openai.com, go play around with it, and then expand your mind. And if you go to YouTube and search for ChatGPT, you'll find a huge amount of other trainings, a whole bunch of prompts, and it is a literal game changer. This is going to change the way business is done. I mean, as you just saw, this hopefully expanded your mind real quickly on the possibilities of this, but I want to make sure that you're aware of it. And I don't want to go on into too much overcomplication, but I hopefully kept it simple enough for you to get it and benefit from it. So now it's on you. Go benefit from this powerful tool. I hope this is helpful. I'll chat with you soon. Until then, make today great. Bye for now.